Hey everyone, it's Feminista Jones. I wanted to make this video just because, I don't know, it's July 20th, 2012, and this morning when we all woke up, we learned of a pretty tragic shooting in Aurora, Colorado at a movie theater where the last thing I read, at least 70 plus people were shot, at least 12 to 14 were dead. Um, One of the youngest shooting victims, I mean, not fatally, but was shot, was a 3-month-old baby. Um, and people sustained all kinds of injuries and things as it related. And basically, they have a 24-year-old white male in custody. They say that he came into the theater. He was dressed in bulletproof vest, gas mask, goggles. He had an AK type assault weapon, handguns. He had his apartment booby trapped with all kind of explosives and things like that. It's just bananas, right? This comes right after, we see these surges in violence in cities like Chicago and some things in New York and Philadelphia and other places, and so much gun violence, and we're in the midst of economic downturn, and there's just so much tension around the country, and there's just so much in me. I mean, we're on Twitter today and everybody's having their responses and their reactions and things like that. And I think that there were a lot of separate conversations about things, I think, but we're all, everybody's stunned and everyone's upset, and people are trying to figure out like the whys of why these things happen. And sometimes it takes us into different places, and people process things differently. And I think that we have to kind of allow people to process the way they know how, and maybe like offer guidance through that, even as we take care of ourselves and try to process things like this. I'm old enough to have lived through so many of these things. I think of Waco, Texas, with the Branch Davidians and David Koresh. I think of Columbine. I think of Virginia Tech. I think of Oklahoma City. I think of 9/11. I think of all these different situations, these tragic situations where I'm waking up in the morning and hearing this terrible news. And I was saying earlier, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of these things going on in our world. I am tired of this tension and restlessness within humanity that we are finding ourselves in these types of tragic situations. My heart and my prayers go out to all of the families affected by this shooting today. I hope that you find peace. For those that are fighting for their lives in the hospitals, I pray that, for your healing and your speedy recovery. To the city of Aurora, the town of Aurora, to Colorado, my thoughts and prayers are with you all as you try to deal with, obviously it's going to be a media storm and everybody's going to be rushing there, and there's going to be all kind of police and FBI and everything like that. So hopefully, you guys are able to work through that. I remarked earlier about how living in fear is the opposite of freedom. And a lot of times when these types of things happen, we get fearful. We get fearful of living our lives and going out and wondering, is it going to be me next? I think those fears are substantial, and they're valid, and they happen every day. Could happen every day. You could step out your door and somebody could blow your brains away. I mean, that literally could happen at any moment, but you still take that step out because you still have a life to live. And I just kind of want to encourage everybody to feel like, to remember you still have to live. You still have to go forward. The world needs you. I recently asked people if they knew what their purpose was, and a lot of people said that they didn't. But I can guarantee that you do have a purpose, and you're here because you're here to serve that purpose. And remember to be grateful for life. Remember to give thanks every time you wake up in the morning because someone else didn't. Parents, hug your children. There were so many parents that took their children there that night. They're teenagers and they never see them alive again. And there's children who probably don't have parents anymore because they were killed last night in that movie screening. I don't think that it's fair to attack parents or anybody who went that night. I mean, I have my own views on those types of things, but in the wake of tragedy, This really could have happened during the day. This could have happened at a Disney movie. It really isn't about why did you take your children there. It's about why did this man decide he wanted to open fire on a movie theater full of people? Why did he go in there through the back door, toss tear gas in there, wait for scenes where there was going to be a lot of gun, sounds, and why did he use that time to shoot people and, open fire and spray on people? And he did not run. He did not resist arrest. He did not do anything. He didn't kill himself, which to me says that he has something to say, and we're going to hear it soon. Whatever his message is, whatever his point was, he wanted it to be made. He wants to be heard. He has the attention of the world at 24 years old. I think about the desperate things that people go, through, or the lengths they'll go to get attention because they feel like they have something to say. And unfortunately, it cost several people their lives, and several others are injured. I pray that the death toll does not go up. I pray for a speedy recovery and healing. And I'm just upset. I admit this really shook me to my core, and I just wanted to express just my condolences and my feelings and my thoughts about this, and just encourage people, just don't let fear overtake you. Don't let the terror, to me, this was an act of terrorism. Don't let the terror stop you from living your life. You've got amazing things that you need to do. And if anything, this should encourage you to get out there and do them, because we're not promised tomorrow. We're not promised the next hour. So you should be living every moment of your life with a purpose. Fulfill everything that you are meant to do. Every purpose that you have on this earth, you're obligated to fulfill it. Okay? So let's go and let's do that. And, let's try to heal from this. Let's try to move forward, and let's pray that things like this stop happening, right? Okay. You guys take care. Bye.